All right, guys. So I had so much fun yesterday with you guys at lunch. I thought I'd have another lunch with you guys, drinking a nice energy drink. You gotta have it. They're healthy. Let me tell you something. This one has B vitamins and carnitine, whatever that is. Some chemical that's probably gonna rot my brain. But we're gonna talk a little bit today about ice. No, not the stuff you put in soda pop, sody pop. The stuff that, or the government agency that's out there snatching people up. Now, I was listening to it on the news today, and man, they are going freaking bat crazy, grabbing people. But there's one particular guy who coaches two football teams, has his own job, full-time job, a father, or he's not a father, he's a fiance, but he's got a child. And apparently ICE saw him driving down the street, decided to pull him over, and now he's got to go through a hearing, or he's facing deportation. A couple of questions that came up during the news broadcast. And the news person was the one who brought up the questions. Now, can ICE pull people over? Because I guess the attorney, well, it wasn't the news broadcaster, it was the attorney that brought up the questions. The news anchor was simply reporting on it. But the attorney for this guy apparently is saying that, look, ICE isn't a police agency, law enforcement, a LEO. So they can't just go out and do like traffic stops, pull you over and say, you're speeding, let's check your credentials. They can't do that. ICE is a whole nother agency and a whole nother department. They're not law enforcement agents department. You know, like doing traffic stops and shit. So that they're saying that the stop then, since ICE is not a traffic patrol or a traffic division with law enforcement, that was not a lawful stop. That they targeted this guy because he looks Hispanic. That's where I'm bringing all of you to. That's what I want to hear from all of you guys. What do you think about ICE? Are they pulling people over because they're Hispanic? Are they saying, Hispanic, let's get over there and pull that guy over? And then checking for U.S. citizenship? Now, this guy that's facing deportation and he's going through some hearings has been here since he was 2 years old. He came here at 2 years old with his parents. They said he doesn't understand Spanish very well. Well, because he grew up in the United States. And he's facing deportation to Mexico, a country where he really doesn't speak Spanish fluently. I don't know why I couldn't get that out. But, so he's facing deportation to a country he doesn't speak the language fluently, Spanish, as he speaks English fluently. And so they're saying that, but they're saying that ICE had no right to pull the guy over, that he was targeted. I don't know. It seems like they are targeting Hispanic people, not immigrants, Hispanic people. Like, now the doctor from Poland, I don't know how they discovered his, unless it was through police records, because he committed that crime many years ago. No. He was young, foolish, did something stupid. Now he has a police record and he's going back to Poland. So they may have found him through his police records. And that's where they may have found this other guy too, because even though he's Hispanic, they said, I'll get back to why I said that in a second, but they said that he had some criminal charges from before in his life. You know, he's young, foolish, did some mistakes. Now he's trying to correct that. Coaching 2 football teams. He has a fiance, he has a child. He's trying to do well. But the reason I said, even though he's Hispanic, is we're coming back to the basic argument or question. Are the ICE agents targeting the Hispanic community? I mean, because the majority of people that are being deported are to Mexico or some other country in South America that they're the Hispanic community. ICE is really targeting them, and I don't know how they're finding this out unless they're going through their criminal records, because a lot of these have criminal records. But there have been a couple, or a few of them, didn't have criminal records. And people are arguing that here's ICE getting ready to deport this guy, and he doesn't have a criminal record. Like, he's never committed a crime. Father, husband, member of the community, trying to do right, but he's an illegal immigrant, what we call undocumented. So he's being deported. My question is, how did they find that out? It wasn't like they looked at his address in the phone book and went, this guy's an undocumented person in the U.S. They had to target him somehow and question him and say, come here, and look it up. Or maybe, I would say DMV records, because undocumented citizens can get driver's license, right? I don't know. I didn't think to research that before this blog, but yeah, undocumented citizens, I think, now can get driver's license or ID from the DMV. So maybe they're going through the DMV records. What do y'all think? Let me know what y'all think about that. Because this is crazy, man. And I know that POTUS wants to, change the immigration status and laws of the country. When I say immigration status, I mean that he wants to close the borders, stop allowing so many people into the country. He wants to change some of the policies that we have in place. I don't know. It's just crazy right now. I want to know what y'all think. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about ICE and their tactics. And are they really, they're not allowed to pull somebody over like a traffic cop, but they're doing that. They're pulling people over, checking their status, and now they're deporting them. And is that a violation of that person's rights? I mean, the person's not an American citizen. They're undocumented people in the United States. But do they still have the right to, I mean, obviously this guy has a lawyer. He has an assigned lawyer. So obviously he has the right to counsel. Does he have the right to a fair trial? Does he have a right to a fair hearing? I mean, do illegal / undocumented people in the United States have the right, have civil rights under the Constitution? That's what I want to know from you guys. Do undocumented citizens in the United States have civil rights under the Constitution? I mean, think about it. When our forefathers came here way back, they were undocumented. The only people that were really United States citizens were Native Americans that time. So who's the Constitution for? If not for those who come here looking for the American dream. The real Jimmy Hens don't go away.